Amber, I heard you made a ColourPop order. Amber?
Hmm?
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, sorry.
Girl, you got some explaining to do.
It was an accident.
So you accidentally put things in your cart and then you accidentally bought them.
It's not my fault.
Right?
Instagram made me do it. Hey guys, it's Amber. Well, it sounds like the rumors are true. I made a ColourPop order. Yeah, so basically I felt like ColourPop came out of nowhere. Like, one day I'm just scrolling through Instagram and all of a sudden it's like ColourPop, 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 and I'm like, what the heck? Like Instagram, YouTube, ColourPop, 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 and I'm just like, okay, so basically a company that came out of nowhere sent a bunch of crap to a bunch of YouTubers who probably got it for free and are probably getting paid to say that they love it, so whatever. I mean, honestly, it's kind of rude to say that, but that was my first thought, like, oh, they're just a bunch of sponsored videos. Because you know how sometimes a company will reach out to YouTubers and it's like every single person is uploading a hair tutorial with this certain hair product, or you know what I'm saying, like it seems kind of obvious. So I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I have enough shadows. I don't need any more shadows. I'm trying not to buy makeup or whatever. And then it's like, keeps coming and coming and I'm like, okay, where did this stuff even come from? Like, I hadn't even heard of this company. So I did go online and like look at their website and I'm like, wow, they're only like a brand new company, like only a year old. They're out of LA. They don't test on animals. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of cool stuff about it. And then again, I just kind of went off and went on my merry way. And then I started seeing swatches and people like literally touching it. And I hadn't watched a lot of the videos because I just thought I wasn't interested. You know, I started seeing swatches on Instagram and then I started thinking, well, maybe I should. And then like more people started ordering it and some of my like Instagram friends were ordering it and like swatching it and I was just like, okay, this has been going on for like months and months and months now. So I sent out a message or like I Instagram posted a picture of some ColourPop stuff and I said, I'm thinking about making an order. What would you guys suggest? And I got tons of response and everyone was like, get this, get this, get this, get this. And I was like, okay, they just released their blushes. They had lipstick stuff now. And I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to make an order. So the thing that I really liked about it is that these eyeshadows were super metallic and they're supposed to be long wearing and $5. I mean, honestly, it's hard to complain about $5. You know how I am with my elf hauls because I like me a good deal and when I get something for $5, it's awesome. So what happened from there is I just started adding things in my cart, like add, and then I'm like, holy crap, that was so much. And then I was like sitting, my husband was watching Psych, which he is obsessed with, by the way. We watch it like nightly. And I was on my laptop and I was just like adding things in. And he's like, oh, so what's your total? And I like scroll down. He's like, oh, good for you. And then I was like, check out. So yes, that is what happened basically in a nutshell. So I've got this huge box full of ColourPop and I probably shouldn't shake it. It's kind of fragile. Anyway, I took them all out of the boxes because I figured you didn't want to watch 5 minutes of me unboxing things literally. I did do some swatches for my Instagram, so I have touched them a little bit, but this is still like the first day I've received these, so still kind of like my first impressions. I have put on lipstick and I did, I already had my eyeshadow done, but I just took a little bit of the color, just dabbing it on just to kind of see how it would work. Very impressed. So let's go ahead and get started. I will start with the blushes. So I got 3 of the Super Shock Cheek blushes and I was trying to get some like different shades here. Honestly, it was so hard. Like after I decided to make an order, I started becoming obsessed with watching every single person's video on YouTube who had ever swatched anything from ColourPop. So if you have a video of ColourPop, I probably watched it and it was really hard. I kept taking blushes in and out and putting them in and then changing my mind and I like wanted to order more, but since they're $8, I was like, oh. So I settled on 3. I put 2 back because it was starting to get way more than what I wanted to spend, especially for a product that I had never actually tried. So the 3 that I got were, first is Prenup, and this is a satin blush. And there's a swatch of that. Okay, so the next color I got is Mochi. And it looks like this. And this is one of the brighter ones that I didn't get at first, and then I got another one. I almost got between the sheets, but I thought it looked a lot like the next one I got. So this one's the brightest one. And then the last one is my most neutral one, and this is Birthday Suit. And this is the one I almost got between the sheets, but I read reviews online that basically said that between the sheets and Birthday Suit were very similar, except for this one had the satin finish. So I decided to try not to get all the colors that were exactly the same and go for something a little bit different. And this one definitely is more of a dusty rose. It is a little bit closer to prenup than I thought. I mean, honestly, I think if I would have seen them in person, I probably would have ordered some different colors because I feel like these are pretty similar. So it's right there. So this one definitely has a little bit more of a purple tone than this one, but still very, very beautiful. And of course, if you've heard anything about these blushes at all, you know how insanely creamy they are. So if you've been around at my channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge fan of my e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Shadow. It's kind of like if this shadow and butter had a baby, it would be this. Because these are a lot more chunky glittery. And the Super Shocks aren't as chunky glittery, but it has that kind of moussey consistency. But basically like butter and that mixed together is pretty much how I'd explain it. So let's get into the shadows. Okay, so this first one is called Fringe. And if you see my arm stained, it's because I was swatching lip pencils and stuff already, and they are so pigmented that they literally stained my arm. Okay, there's Fringe right there at the very top. Next, the color is called Amaze. I love these names, by the way. It's just this is Amaze, exactly what you'd say about it. This is such a pretty rose gold color. It's insanity. The next color is called Ibiza, and this is one of the bright ones that I got, and you're supposed to put the lids on really tight, so I have been, which means that sometimes they're hard to get off. Okay, this is one of those that it's just you're just in love with it. The color and the pan is just amazing, and then you think, oh my gosh, is it gonna have that? Oh yeah, it's gonna have that. And there you go. So beautiful. I honestly can't wait. I want to just do some matte brown. By the way, I didn't get any mattes because I just felt like I had enough matte shadows to work with these that I really wanted to get the popping metallic. So that's what I ended up getting. But I hear the mattes are very nice and creamy too. That's what I wanted to focus on. Okay, this is Fantasy, which is another nice bright one. I mean, it's just duochrome purpley pink goodness. And at first I thought this one and Dare looked so much similar, but then when I swatched them next to each other, they were different. This one is almost one of my favorites. It's oh, I don't even know. It's just such a nice, beautiful hot pink, but has that purple undertone that's just so beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna do Dare right next to it so you guys can see. In the little pot, it almost looks similar, but a little more blue toned. But when I first got them out of the boxes, I was like, oh, they look similar. This is showing up a lot more blue toned on camera than it does in real life. In real life, it looks more just straight purple. But then when you swatch that, you can see the colors are obviously very different. This one is a ultra metallic, and when they say ultra, they mean ultra. This thing is so metallic that it's seriously a dot, and you're just oh my gosh. So if you even rub it at all, whew. Glowing for days. I mean, it's almost is there a point where it's too metallic? Because this is so amazing. Imagine doing a dark smoky eye and then just patting this right, literally just right in the middle of the eye. So beautiful. I a lot of these colors are going to be great to accent any look. Do your normal makeup and then just take a little bit of this and just pop it on the lid just for that little shimmer. Very pretty. Okay, this one's called 3. This is a warm brown. This is another kind of rose gold color. This is called Sequin. This is a little bit more on the coppery side of things. right there. So it's a very beautiful, like bright copper. This one is called Cricket. And this is kind of like a brown with some plum undertones in it. And so with these ones, that last brown I showed, they're kind of the same like level of darkness, but this one is warm and this one is more cool. Okay, this one is called So Quiche, and this is one that I was like not sure about when like everyone was like, oh, So Quiche is a must-have, but it's kind of like a greeny brown with a pink undertone, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about this, but I do think I like it, but I don't know that it's going to be one of my must-have favorites. It's just interesting, like having kind of a greenish with like a pink undertone to it. Well, we'll see. This one's called Eye Candy. Out of all of them, I'd say this one's probably the least pigmented, but it's still very pigmented. It's just like in comparison to like Liberty or some of these other bright colors, it's not quite as wowing, but it's still very, very beautiful. Okay, last two. This one's a dark color. This reminds me of like Blackheart from Urban Decay Naked 3 on crack. Like, it is straight up black with purple glitter. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness. The purple doesn't come out quite. So really this ends up looking like kind of a matte black, but then like when the light hits it, you can see the glitter in there. So this would be great to smoke out, you know, corners, or to kind of put into the crease to do a really dark smoky eye. And then imagine if you put Dare on the lid with the purple like popping out. Oh, amazing. And the last color I got is called I Love This, and it's like literally like I heart this. And the description was so funny. They're like, the shadow is so amazing, you're just gonna find yourself saying, I love this, I love this. And this was the only shadow that came broken. They said that these are just very fragile and soft, so this isn't something you'd probably want to travel with. And also, besides keeping the lid on really tight, just try not to put them somewhere where they're gonna get clunked around or they're gonna get dropped, things like that, because they are fragile. But it was very easy to press the product back together, so if that does happen, you can take care of it. So there's I Love This right there. Perfect lid color, just like pop that on, beautiful. Okay, so let's get to my lippies. So I got 5 lippy sticks, and they're all a little bit different, and I'm in love with all of them, of course. And I literally swatched these on my arms. I was doing my last client of the day, and she's like, I saw on Instagram, you got this, you have to show me. So I brought my box down. I was like letting her pick through, and she'd never heard of ColourPop. And so I literally like swatched these on my hand. I'm washing her out in the shampoo bowl, like shampoo, everything. I'm spraying the hose like right on my hand. Didn't budge. The shadows, nothing I swatched budged. Like I legit had to get makeup remover to take this stuff off. And for a lipstick, I was like, whoa. This one is what I'm wearing today. It's called Wifey. This one is called Brills. It's a very plum color. Beautiful lavender. This one is called Pepper. That might be one of my favorites. It's just like a perfect everyday shade. This one is called Westy. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this one's my favorite. I don't know. I can't pick. Help me. And the last one is called Corset. So these ones are a little bit similar but different enough where this one's like a glossy and that one's a matte is basically the big difference between those. Okay, so here's the thing that's crazy. I mean, like I did get some glitter onto my hands, but like overall, like that's pretty dang good. And these lips aren't set, but when they set, girl, they be set. All right, well, I'm gonna wipe these off before they set because last time I like literally had to jackhammer them off my skin. So that is everything in my ColourPop haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't judge me, and I love you all. Bye. What do you need?
I need my Fun Dip.
Well, get your Fun Dip. My husband needs some Fun Dip.
I hid it under my pillow.
Oh, that's good. Then the children wouldn't find it.